It is Monday, February 15. Welcome to CGN News. The National Security Council in Trinidad has approved the use of pepper spray as a device for safety. Addressing a recent meeting, Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi said he had already drafted the law. The announcement came just days after Senator Paul Richards filed a motion calling for the legislation of pepper spray. Last week, opposition leader Kamala Persad-Bissessar also urged government to take steps to legislate the use of pepper spray and tasers by women to protect themselves. CMC reports that calls for the green light to be given to using pepper spray intensified after the kidnapping and murder of court clerk Andrea Barat, who was laid to rest on Friday. The United States Embassy in Jamaica has responded to calls to take action against American Kalina Collier, who allegedly faked her kidnapping to avoid quarantine in Jamaica. In a statement Sunday, the embassy said it was aware of the reports but could not release any information about a U.S. citizen without his or her written consent. Jamaican police said Collier's claims that she was kidnapped in Jamaica and was being trafficked by a local hotel was, quote, false, baseless, and mischievous, end quote. This claim, initially made by Collier on social media, garnered support from persons abroad who called for a boycott of Jamaica after she said she was being held against her will. In a statement on Instagram Sunday afternoon, Collier, who returned to the United States yesterday, said she never at any time said that she was missing or kidnapped. As COVID-19 sweeps across Barbados, another small outbreak threatens to adversely affect the island's main isolation facility in St. Lucie. Infectious diseases specialist Dr. Corey Ford says there have been several cases of theft at the Harrison's Point facility. Pillows, sheets, kettles, and even a PlayStation have all gone missing, he revealed. Dr. Ford said it was incumbent on patients at the facility to take care of the items they are allowed to use during their stay so that others who come after them can also use them in comfort. Former Prime Minister of Belize, Said Musa, has called on U.S. President Joe Biden to lift the U.S. embargo on Cuba. In a letter, Musa said that removing the recent designation and lifting the embargo will be acts of justice benefiting the Spanish-speaking Caribbean island. He said action taken by former U.S. President Donald Trump of placing Cuba on its list of state sponsors of terrorism is a matter of grave concern, the CMC reports. Musa added that the action comes on top of the 6-decade-long blockade against Cuba's people and government, which continues to cause immeasurable damage. He said that Cuba is a nation of peace. The Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis has secured its first batch of coronavirus vaccines. Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris, in a national address last Saturday, confirmed that the Federation received 2,000 doses of vaccine courtesy of the government of Dominica. He disclosed that the island is also set to receive 21,600 doses of vaccine from the COVAX facility the end of this month. Additionally, Taiwan has pledged $600,000 for extra vaccines. Assistance of vaccine donation is also expected from India and other allies, Harris said. He said the goal of his government is to achieve herd immunity in St. Kitts and Nevis by having more than 70% of the population immunized against the virus. Jamaica and Bayern Leverkusen player Leon Bailey is urging the authorities to continue the fight to stamp out racism, this after he received racist messages via social media. Bailey shared a screenshot of a message he had received on Instagram, which said in part, amidst foul language, quote, "You can't score a goal, you stupid monkey," end quote. Bailey responded to the messages stating, quote, "These are messages we footballers get almost every day. It's not okay. Say no to racism," end quote. Swansea City footballer Yan Danda, United men's players Marcus Rashford, Anthony Marshall, Axel Twanzibi, and female forward Lauren James have all been victims of racist abuse across social media in recent weeks. Bolivia has reinstated bilateral economic and trade relations with Cuba, ties which were cut in November 2019 following the overthrow of the government. The agreement was reached during a virtual meeting between Cuba's Deputy Minister for Foreign Trade and Investment, Ana Teresita Gonzalez, and her Bolivian counterpart, Benjamin Blanco. The two officials addressed the reinstatement of cooperation between Havana and La Paz, according to CMC reports. Following the electoral victory of Luis Arce and the return of democracy to Bolivia, the Cuban government expressed its willingness to relaunch the historic and brotherhood links between the two nations formerly boosted by Fidel Castro and former Bolivian President Evo Morales. Two economists have advised Caribbean countries to join forces to buy 20 million COVID-19 vaccine doses, or the pandemic will continue to devastate lives and economies for another 2 years. Justin Ram, formerly of the Caribbean Development Bank, and Kiran Mohammed say this is the only way out of the current cycle of lockdowns and fear. They noted that while it is good that governments have accessed vaccines through the COVAX facility, getting those doses will take far too long. Ram and Mohammed estimated that with 18.5 million people in the Caribbean community, in order to achieve herd immunity, enough vaccines must be purchased for 90% of the population, plus spillage and usage, as well as some to be held for future use. Guinea has declared an Ebola epidemic after 3 people died and 4 others became ill in the country's southeast. The 7 people fell ill with diarrhea, vomiting, and bleeding after attending a burial near the Liberian border. Health Minister Remy Lama said officials were, quote, really concerned about the deaths, the first since a 2013 to 2016 epidemic, which began in Guinea, left 11,300 dead across West Africa. A second round of tests is being carried out to confirm the latest Ebola diagnosis, and health workers are working to trace and isolate the contacts of the cases, State Health Agency said. And finally, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are expecting their second child. A spokesperson for the couple made the announcement on Valentine's Day. Harry and Meghan are preparing to welcome a brother or sister for their son Archie. A spokesperson for the couple said they were overjoyed. A Buckingham Palace spokesman said the Queen, Duke of Edinburgh, Prince of Wales, and the rest of the royal family are delighted and wish them well. The news comes after the Duchess said in November that she had suffered a miscarriage last July. That's it for CGN News. I'm Scott Wilson. Thanks for watching.